Operational software, really it's software that's built to streamline your operations. It'll do this through automating a lot of your administrative work, sometimes reducing the number of platforms you have to work through. It really just helps you manage and track your information better by reducing the amount of administrative overhead. Frequent tools that a lot of people use, so you'll have Asana for task management. Over here you'll have a HubSpot account just so you can track your CRM and stay on top of your clients, know who's where, track your sales processes. QuickBooks is another popular tool that people will use for bookkeeping, inventory management, invoicing their clients, pretty much all the financial side of their business. Each of these SaaS solutions, they do run into a limit, right? With Asana, you're not able to do any time tracking, you're not able to do any invoicing, even though you're tracking all of your actual work there, and keep track of everything you're doing for a client. So that's why you have to add on QuickBooks or Harvest in order to do the invoicing and report the time. If you need to do the actual time tracking per minute, sometimes you need another tool like Toggle or anything like that to track your time. Each of those requires you using multiple different platforms, export, import data, if you're doing a lot of it, manually carrying it over. It's a lot of extra administrative work. With each of these platforms, you are paying a monthly fee usually, oftentimes it's per user. Or you're limited on the number of users you have. As a growing company, you're going to hit those limits really quickly. Very quickly, you're looking at several $100s a month just to stay on top of a couple different pieces. And as you grow and grow, you're also paying that administrative work. You're paying for those for that admin work to be done to manage those platforms. Very quickly, that's costing you several $1,000s a month. This is the platform that we actually built for a dance studio that actually brings together many of these different tools. Instead of using HubSpot or another sales CRM tool, we actually have the ability to track inquiry data across any of their students. They can actually handle the sale within the studio, within the same system without having to swap over to instead going over to QuickBooks to create the enrollment and then over to Asana to create the lesson. They can do all that within the same system and immediately go in and create a lesson for that student. The construction management platform that we built has also helped them improve a lot of their efficiencies and reduce the number of platforms that they use. So they were using a lot of tools, some of them even free tools, in order to run things, but the amount of administrative work that was required in order to keep those tools running was really where most of the cost came in. Google Maps is free, but the amount of administrative work to sort that out easily takes up a good chunk of anybody's day. So we easily replace 6 or 7 different platforms for this company, really helping them streamline what they need to do administratively so that they can actually focus on what they do. And they actually were able to expand their offerings to their clients and how they can serve their clientele just by using a system that was built for their needs. I really think that using operational software like this can be a great solution to help people streamline their operations, reduce a lot of the administrative overhead. The upfront cost oftentimes does scare people, but really when you start to look at the costs that you're spending already, whether it's through the various SaaS platforms that you already have to purchase a license to, that you're already required to pay on a monthly basis, and the administrative work that's needed in order to stay on top of it and organize all of that, very quickly those costs balance themselves out and it becomes a really cost-effective solution once you start reaching that point. One of the cool things that we're able to do is we actually partner with an overseas team that we manage and that we've worked with for a handful of years to help reduce the cost of the actual labor involved, so we can actually get a lot more bang for your buck while making sure that we use our US developers and our project management team to keep the quality as high as possible.